All right, so what we're gonna look at here is cause and effect, okay? So like mentioned before, we want a very low spinning and high trajectory golf ball when we're driving the golf ball, right?
Right.
So we're gonna look at angle of approach. I'm just gonna have you experiment here, okay? I want you on this drive to try to hit pretty steep. Okay, you know what I mean by that? Kind of hitting down on it. All right, so go ahead and try it. Just a very steep swing. All right, so what did that do? Went right and a lot of spin, right? You can tell it kind of floated.
Right.
All right. So for this one, I want you to have a very shallow swing, okay? I want you to feel like you're hitting, number one, up on it, but from here, I want you to try to get close to the ground as soon as possible without hitting the ground. Okay, so you know on steep a swing, we're hitting down on it, we're just like that.
Yep.
I want you to try to bring the club close to the ground as possible without hitting it.
Okay.
Okay? Put it at your front foot and make sure, what foot do we land on?
Left.
Perfect.
Yay.
Much better.
Well
Okay?
done.
So that ball had a lot less spin and a little better angle approach, right?
Right.
Perfect. Good. Very good. So with Jason, you can see that he has the concept of hitting the sand first, right? He's got that down. Something that will help him though is, so Jason, just come over here real quick. One thing, the way these clubs are designed is they have a bounce, okay? So we want, in the sand, we want to expose the bounce, okay? So this leading edge here is notorious for digging in, okay? So on a normal swing, if this wasn't sand, I would set up just like this, okay? But with the sand, see how much that dug in? Because the leading edge, it grabs the sand and digs in, okay? So to help us, it's only gonna help us, we wanna expose the bounce. And how we do that is we open up our stance. So remember our target's that middle pin, okay? So we open up our stance, okay? And if our club face is square to our stance, it's gonna be obviously left. So open up our face that it points towards the target, okay? So it's naturally gonna make a very out to in swing, but it doesn't really matter in a short swing like this because we wanna expose the bounce, okay? So open up our stance and really focus on throwing the club into the sand, okay? Like that, okay? Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, so go ahead and try it. Open up the stance like you're aiming way left, and then open up the club face like that, and then really dig into the sand. That was perfect. So what we're gonna focus on now is I saw a lot of you guys swinging and some roll out, some stop, right? It's hard to control spin in the sand, okay? A general rule is the club speed is gonna generate more spin than less club speed, okay? So if I swing really slow, okay, it's gonna roll out, right? Okay. Another component is if you swing fast and take less sand, okay? It gets risky because remember what I told Hillary, if you don't catch sand, it's gonna break windows, okay? We don't want that. But if I open up my club face and use the bounce like we talked about, and I take a very aggressive swing, okay, that's going to generate a lot of spin. See how it kind of just stopped? That makes sense? A lot of spin. It gets risky, okay? But if I have a pin that's very tucked close, I don't have a lot of green to work with, I'm going to want a lot of spin. Make sense? Perfect.